Hi, my name is Iffat Syahmi from Isyraf. I am the first year student from School of Physics, majoring in geophysics. My job in this video is scriptwriter. Bye.
Hello, my name is Jivan. I am first year from School of Physics. I am majoring in geophysics and my job is as a presenter. Bye.
Hello, my name is Asiff. I'm year 1 student from School of Physics. I'm majoring in geophysics. My role is editor.
Greetings. I have a quick question. Do you guys know anyone in the world who hasn't driven a bicycle? I bet there is none. At least we have rode it at least once when we were young. Fathers pushing us from our back, falling off the bike several times. It was actually thrilling and fun back then. Nowadays, people tend to forget about bicycles. So today, I want to spread the knowledge of bicycles, and I want to talk about the advanced version of bike, which is known as an electric bike. Obviously, it's not new. They have been around the world for decades in countries like Europe and China. E-bikes had already been a way of life for a big number of people. What does it look like and how is it different from our normal bicycle, and how does this fantastic thing work? To start things off, who is the first person that came out with this amazing idea? In 1895, one of the first patents of electric bike was registered, which was invented by this gentleman, Ogden Bolton. This is the patent which he created. Sadly, he didn't actually end up selling or making any of his bike, but amazingly, some design details of his e-bikes is being used in e-bikes today. For example, a rear hub motor with a battery centrally mounted on the frame of the bicycle. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. What am I talking about? Rear hub motors, walls, amp, it's okay. Let's talk about the basic first. What are the main components of electric bicycles that makes it different with our regular bike and make it more better than our normal bike? First, the important component in every moving mechanic, electric motors. There are different placements for these electric motors. The front hub, the rear hub, and the mid-drive motor. Each has its own benefits. The main function of this component is to control the torque. Hub drives are cheaper in price and for long-term use, but it has a less torque power. People use this type for flight commuting, which means traveling in a town or normal road. Mid-drive is lighter and smaller than hub motor, and it has more torque power, making them well suited in hilly areas or off-road. The second component that makes an e-bike is a sensor, which function to determine how much to dole out the power. There are two types of sensor, torque sensor and cadence or speed sensor. Torque sensor regulates the motor on how hard you are pushing your pedal, while cadence sensor work off how fast you pedal. Good bikes use torque sensor while the low-enders have cadence only, and an interesting fact, a lot of bikes use both. Lastly is the battery, which supply the power needed for the two components. It can be placed anywhere on the frame, and e-bike's average charging period is 5 to 6 hours and less. How do you charge your e-bikes? It's easy as ABC. Just plug its cable into a socket like mobile phone chargers. By now, you guys know about the parts and history of e-bikes. So how does it work actually? How does it feel to ride an electric bike? Well, it's exactly same as regular bike. It just feels like you're being pushed by someone from the back, which assists your pedaling, and you don't need to use much energy. Some e-bikes use throttle, which is a rare sight. These type of e-bikes don't need pedaling. Just press the button and you will start moving. So, for a normal e-bikes, first you need to turn on the power switch button on, like starting your car engine. Then start to pedal and you're good to go. The sensor will sense the force load in your pedal and then send signal to your motors, then boom, it starts providing assistance for you. You can adjust how much the power assistance you want by pressing plus or minus on display button that usually located on the handlebars. How fast you can go. In Europe, most e-bikes are restricted to 25 km per hour. In Canada, it's 32 km per hour. Just a kind reminder, with this restriction, it doesn't mean you can't go faster. It's just the speeds that the motor will assist to. Once it reaches the limit speed, the assistant will drop off. So, if you dream to become like our Malaysian pride, Mr. Rocketman, Azizul Hasni Awang, and go faster than that, it's up to you. It's not dangerous unless you are on the road and careless and new to e-bikes. In the modern society that we live in, there are many advantages that e-bikes can provide. The first and best advantage is e-bikes saves our money. I know in this pandemic era, money is everything. E-bikes could help us save our money by a huge amount. Before I talk about how he helps you save money, let me give you a small bad news. The price of e-bike can range from 3,000 to 40,000 ringgit. This is the global price. Don't get mad yet. Of course, in Malaysia the average price around 2,000 to 5,000 only. Actually, if you're going to compare it with cars and motorcycle, it's actually pretty cheap. On top of that, you don't need a license to ride it. You don't need to pay for fuels and tax. Isn't it great? So yeah, if you're running out of penny like I am, you may consider buying if you're living in a busy town or hectic university. The second advantage is e-bike saves our time. The speed limit is 25 km to 32 km per hour, which is actually fast enough. Given free roads, you can travel 4 km in approximately 10 minutes. Say no to traffic or roadblocks. You can easily maneuver it within the traffic or bypass the main road via streets, which even a BMW can't. So if you are living in a city and traffic jam has a major headache on you, e-bike is your best solution. The best advantage of e-bike is it promotes a healthy lifestyle and is environmental friendly. By pedaling every day, it will greatly boost your endurance and strength, as cycling it itself involves most major muscles group, especially your core and muscles and glutes. Even though e-bikes has its advantages, it has its own disadvantages. The first disadvantage is it has battery issues. Cheap e-bikes which range from 2000 to 3000 are usually has low lifespan battery that only lasts for 10 mileage. The second is it is considerably heavy. Most of e-bikes are heavy. It weighs from 18 kilos to 30 kilos and it is very inconvenient for us if we are trying to take it into a public transport. The third disadvantage is maintenance and repairs. The cost for maintenance is very high, and if our battery dies out before its expected date, we need to find a new one, which costs a lot. And lastly, it is hard to find a mechanic to repair our e-bikes because they are not so popular. To conclude, I personally think that e-bikes is an underrated technology in our country, and who knows, in the future it may be the future of transportation in our beloved country Malaysia, and it may help to save our environment. Thank you.